Russian authorities are blaming Ukrainian government entities and Russian opposition figure Alexei Navalny for the April 2 assassination of Russian blogger Maxim Fomin, also known as Vladlen Tartarsky. The Russian National Anti-Terrorism Committee claimed that Ukrainian special services collaborated with the Anti-Corruption Fund, which Navalny founded in 2011, to plan the attack against Fomin. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov claimed that the Ukrainian government may be behind Fomin's death and claimed that Ukraine has killed others since 2014, such as Daria Dugina, which Peskov spuriously used as justification for the special military operation. The Russian Investigative Committee reclassified the case as a terrorist attack and claimed that it was planned in Ukrainian territory. The Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs, MVD, confirmed that the sculpture handed to Fomin prior to his death contained hidden explosives. The Russian Investigative Committee confirmed on April 3 that Russian authorities detained Daria Trapova in a St. Petersburg apartment on suspicion of the attack. Authorities released an excerpt of their interrogation of Trapova, in which Trapova stated that authorities questioned her about giving a sculpture to Fomin, but she did not answer on camera whether she knew the sculpture contained explosives. The range of various official responses is notably disjointed, with a lack of consensus among official Russian sources regarding Trapova's involvement or association with either Ukrainian special services or Navalny's anti-corruption fund. Official Russian responses to Fomin's death failed to generate a single narrative in the information space and led to disjointed responses from prominent pro-war voices. Several prominent bloggers and news aggregators fixated on the reported investigation into Daria Trapova and analyzing footage of the lead-up to and aftermath of the explosion. Other bloggers claimed that the attack was carried out by Ukrainian special services and amplified news of the investigation without offering additional commentary into the situation. The Donetsk People's Republic, DNR, People's Militia posted a simple message mourning Fomin without engaging with the Kremlin's informational response. Zaporizhia Oblast Occupation Deputy Vladimir Rogov claimed that unspecified attackers targeted Fomin because he listened to both the Russian and Ukrainian perspectives, had over 500,000 Telegram subscribers, and effectively organized donation drives for Russian forces. Russian Orthodox Church head Patriarch Kirill connected Fomin's murder to the ongoing conflict over the Kiev-Pechersk Lavra, despite no obvious connection between the two incidents. As Russian officials try to galvanize an official narrative around the National Anti-Terrorism Committee's investigation, Russian bloggers will likely increasingly criticize the results and conclusions of the investigation, and Fomin's death is likely to become a major point of information space neuralgia. One Russian blogger and political analyst overtly criticized the official Russian response to Fomin's death and noted that Russian officials have likely predetermined the final findings of the investigation. The absence of a coherent narrative in the pro-Russian information space is reminiscent of responses to Ukraine's successful Kharkiv Oblast counteroffensive in fall 2022, when the Kremlin's propaganda machine initially failed to define a rhetorical line to respond to massive Ukrainian gains and caused an information space breakdown that manifested in disjointed responses across the entire pro-war community. Russian security services reportedly continue to confiscate the passports of senior officials and state company executives to limit flight from Russia. Financial Times reported on April 2 that the Russian security services seek to prevent senior officials, ex-officials, and state company executives from traveling abroad, indicating that the Kremlin continues to fear elites will flee Russia. Current Time TV and Radio Free Europe/Radio Liberty Associated Investigative Project Systema reported on March 10 that Russian security officials told government officials and employees of state-owned companies to hand over their passports on threat of forcibly revoking an individual's passports or forced resignation.